Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss the topic chromosomal theory of inheritance. So Mendel completed his work in 1856 and his work was published in 1865. After that also he does not get the appreciation. Why? Because communication was not so good at that time and his mathematical principle and the statistical analysis that was not accepted by many of the scientists, and after that he does not provide any physical proof for the existence of the factors. And the other thing, the discovery of the chromosome, the discovery of the mitosis and meiosis, that was not discovered at that time. So Mendel work was not accepted most of the scientists, but during the 90s the Mendel work was rediscovered by the three scientists, the De Vries, the Correns and the von Schachmark. These three scientists were there who rediscovered the Mendel's work. And why? Because at that time the microscopy became so advanced, because at the time of 1940s electron microscope was discovered, and also the discovery of the chromosome. So what they observed, they also observed the cell division and also the movement of the chromosome. So in 1902, the Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri, both of the scientists provide the chromosomal theory of inheritance. And what is the chromosomal theory of inheritance? It states that chromosome behave like the genes, as Mendel proved. Mendel called the gene as the factor, but further after it was called by the gene. So what the two scientists observed, they observed that the chromosomal behavior and the gene behavior both remain same, or they are the parallel. The genes, they are also in the pair, and the chromosome, they are also in the pair. There are the homologous chromosome. What are homologous chromosome? The chromosome which occur in pair. In case of human being, there are the 23 pair of chromosomes are there, and out of those 23, one pair, that is the sex chromosome. So these chromosomes, they occur in pair. So like the chromosome, the genes also occur in pair. There are the alternative forms of the gene, and that is known as the allele. Suppose I am writing one gene here and one gene here, and the gene, they are present at the same locus on the homologous chromosome. Suppose this gene is for the height, so they may be homologous, they may be heterozygous condition is there, like capital T, small t there, or capital T or capital T. Other gene, that may be the hair color, like the black color, both should be capital B, or one is capital B, second is small b. So these genes, these also occur in the pair, and they are present in the homologous chromosome like the chromosome. So chromosome also occur in pair, gene also occur in pair. They are homologous, genes are also homologous, because they are present at the same position, at the same locus. So both the chromosome and the genes, they behave same during the cell division. If they are together, then also, and when they segregate, when the chromosomes segregate during the cell division. So there are the two types of cell division, mitosis and meiosis. So mitosis, it is known as the equational division, and meiosis, that is the reductional division. So why we are calling mitosis as the equational division? Because chromosome number remain same in mitosis, and chromosome number become half in meiosis. So firstly we have to remind the mitosis and meiosis to understand this chromosomal theory of inheritance. Suppose one cell is there and this cell is diploid. Diploid means that the 2n number of the chromosome is present, and second also the cell, and this cell is also diploid, and there also the 2n number of chromosome. So what happened? Firstly, there is the, you can say, the replication of the DNA, or we can say the duplication of the DNA takes place, and that takes place in the S phase of cell cycle. So here we can write DNA replication. Here also DNA replication. So now the chromosomes that remain same, only the material, only the DNA that doubles. After that the cell divide, and in case of mitosis there is the formation of the two cell. And these are also 2n. Why? Because during DNA replication it become 4n, so it also 2n. So initially also it is diploid and finally it is also diploid. But in case of meiosis, what happened? Firstly DNA replication, then it divide into 2. And these are 2n. Again both the cells divide. Now it is known as equational division because the chromosome number remain same. So for meiosis is divided into two stages, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So in meiosis 1 the reductional division takes place, but in meiosis 2 the equational division takes place. So now we have to understand the behavior of these chromosomes during meiosis. So what we conclude from this? We conclude that the behavior of the chromosome and the behavior of the genes both remain same during the cell division and also during the formation of the gamete. So we can take the example. Suppose here one cell is present, and in this cell there are the two types of chromosomes. Simply I am taking one long chromosome and one short chromosome, and second chromosome also like this, but it is red in color. One long chromosome and one short chromosome. So both the black color chromosome, they are the homologous, and both the red color chromosome, they are also homologous. So this is known as the G1 stage of cell cycle. And now what will be there? The G2. But before the G2 stage, S stage come, and during S stage there is the duplication of the DNA. So when the duplication of the DNA takes place, then these chromosomes also become double. So here we can write the G2 phase, and in the G2 phase there is also the formation of the second lobe of the chromosome, of the black chromosome, and this short black also. In the second case also like this, and the short chromosome also, there are the two lobes are formed in G2 stage. Now the 2n that is equal to 4, the 2n that is equal to 4, because only the DNA content that is doubled, not the chromosome. When DNA content become double, then there is the formation of the second lobe of the chromosome, Means this is the process that occur before cell division. Firstly the cell replicate, then it's divide. So what happened after that, we can write the meiosis 1 or the meiosis 1 anaphase. Meiosis is divided into two stages, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So meiosis 1, it is the reductional division, and meiosis 2, it is the equational division. So in meiosis 1, and what is the stage? That is the anaphase. And during anaphase stage, at metaphase stage, they are joined to the equatorial plate, metaphase plate, and then in the anaphase they are going to the equatorial plate. So we can represent the red one and the black one like this. This black long and this black short. Here also the long red color chromosome and the short red color chromosome. So what is this stage? That is the anaphase, meiosis 1, anaphase 1 we can say. So after that, what we have to make? We have to make the meiosis 2nd. And for meiosis 2nd, again we have to make anaphase 2. And here what happened? There is the formation of the two cells. There is the formation of the. So in anaphase 1, meiosis 1, there is the splitting of the centromere of the homologous chromosome and they go towards the pole. So after meiosis 1, now there is the formation of the separate, means these chromosomes are separated. Now meiosis 2, anaphase, again there is the splitting of the centromere and they go to the opposite pole. So that is the anaphase of meiosis 2. So now from one cell, firstly there is the formation of the two cells. And how there is the formation of the gamete, or we can say the 4 cells. So again you can say the equational division takes place, and this divided into 2, this first cell divided into 2 like this after the anaphase, and this also divided into 2. So there is the formation of 4 gametes. So this is the process to show you the meiosis, and during meiosis the chromosomes divide, and during the division of the chromosomes, firstly the chromosome pair, then they segregate. So like these chromosomes, the genes, the factors, they also occur in pair and they also segregate during the gamete formation. Now we will discuss that how the different genes on the chromosome, they separate and they are independent to combine. Now let us take the example of independent assortment, that chromosome during cell division, they also behave like independent. There is the possibility to combine with any of the chromosome. So here we can take the example of heterozygous condition. Here the capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, means we can say the round yellow seed. Round yellow seed. This trait we have taken, and here this black color chromosome, that is the long chromosome capital R, and capital Y, that is the short chromosome. So these are the chromosome for the dominant character capital R and capital Y. These red color, these are the chromosome for the recessive character. So we can take the two possibility. In the possibility 1, what is there? Both the dominant chromosome, they are together, like this capital R and this capital Y, and this small r and in the small y. In the second possibility, this capital R chromosome, it can be with the small y chromosome. So there is the possibility they are independent. When this capital R is independent, that it can combine with small r, or it can combine with capital Y, or it can combine with the small y. So chromosomes, they are behaving independently. So they are also proving the law of independent assortment. Now in meiosis 1 anaphase stage, so during anaphase stage they are joining themselves at the equatorial plate. So here this capital R and capital Y, it also, and in the possibility capital R and small y, and here the small r and capital Y. So they are joining at the equatorial plate. It is the meiosis 1. And meiosis 1, it is the reductional division. Then the meiosis 2, here also the anaphase stage, they are joining themselves at the equatorial plate. Now because they become half, there is the formation, there are the 2 cell, and from the 2 there is the formation of 4 cell. Now these are known as the germ cells, because the germ cells are those cells which can give rise to the gamete. And in the germ cell, by mitosis, or we can say it is the equational division, so these germ cells then give rise to gamete. Now what will be the possibility? In the possibility 1, like this, so capital R, capital Y, because both the dominant chromosomes are there, so capital R, capital Y. Here also capital R, both are separated. Here also both are separated. So this. But in the second case, this capital R and small y. So capital R and small y, capital R and small y. Here also. So how many cells? From these 4 cells, now there is the formation of 8 cell. So this is the diagram to show you that the chromosomal theory of inheritance. So what we conclude from this theory, that like the genes, like the factors, the chromosomes are also behaving parallel. During the gamete formation, the genes, they are also separated. They combine, then they are separated like the chromosomes. So both the behavior of the chromosomes and the behavior of the genes, that is parallel. So that is known as the chromosomal theory of inheritance. Thank you.